Welcome to ParaSport Ontario's Who is ParaSport webinar. This webinar will cover a brief overview of the history of Paralympic sport. Who is ParaSport Ontario? Parasports and provincial sport organizations and multi-sport organizations. Classification system. Equipment. Get involved. ParaSport Ontario programs and resources. Sport for persons with a disability was born out of World War II. Looking to provide sport and recreation opportunities for veterans who had been injured during the war, Dr. Ludwig Gutmann of Stoke Mandeville Hospital organized a set of games for British war vets with spinal cord and other permanent injuries. In 1952, the games were held again, this time with athletes from Netherlands also participating. Slowly, the movement grew, with the disability sport landscape improving dramatically through the 1960s and 70s. In 1976, Toronto played host to the first merged games, where athletes from various disability groups competed together in a multi-sport event. The term Paralympic, meaning parallel to the Olympics, was adopted, and soon after, the International Paralympic Committee was established as the world governing body for athletes with a disability. Today, the Paralympics is the world's second largest sporting event behind only the Olympic Games, with over 4,000 athletes from 150 countries in 22 different sports competing in Beijing in 2008. Let's look at the difference between Paralympic sports and parasports. Paralympic sports are sports that are in the Paralympic Games. Parasports are all sports for people with physical disabilities, whether they are included in the Paralympics or not. For example, in the able-bodied sport world, golf is a very popular sport, but it is currently not an Olympic sport. In the parasport world, para-snowboarding and para-water skiing are popular parasports, but are not Paralympic sports. It is also important to know that someone who participates in parasport is not a Paralympian. To be a Paralympian, athletes must have competed at the Paralympics. Now that we understand these important distinctions, let's look at who ParaSport Ontario is. ParaSport Ontario was formed in 1981 with the mandate to provide competitive opportunities on behalf of its 4 founding member organizations: Ontario Amputee and Les Autres Sports Association, Ontario Blind Sports Association, Ontario Wheelchair Sports Association, and Ontario Cerebral Palsy Sports Association. ParaSport Ontario partners with 11 provincial sport and multi-sport organizations, affiliates with 20 clubs and over 2,000 athletes, coaches and officials on a yearly basis, and provides these participants with enhanced competitive opportunities and provincial-level competitions. Partially funded by the Ontario government through the Ministry of Health Promotion, the organization produces an annual magazine, a ParaSport Club program directory, hosts various introductory and educational clinics and workshops through its Ready, Willing, and Able program, develops parasport clubs and community-accessible sport councils, and works with community hosts to organize the Ontario Parasport Summer and Winter Games. Mission Statement: to support the development and promotion of the Paralympic movement in Ontario. Vision Statement: to provide parallel opportunities in sport for athletes with a physical disability. ParaSport Ontario is a proud member of the Canadian Paralympic Committee. Based in Toronto, ParaSport Ontario is governed by a volunteer board of directors and has 5 full-time staff members.
Rachel?
11 provincial sport organizations and multi-sport organizations send athletes to participate in the enhanced competitive opportunities and provincial-level competitions.
Rachel, there's your athlete name tag.